Muy buenas a todos, gente. Bienvenidos un día más a un nuevo vídeo de mi canal. Espero que estén de 10. Hoy les traigo un homenaje. Homenaje a Marlon Brando por su aniversario de nacimiento, a este gran actor que revolucionó la historia del cine. Y hoy, para conmemorarlo, he traído un pequeño vídeo para homenajearlo. Podría haber elegido muchas películas en las cuales él fue un protagonista importante, pero he querido elegir su obra maestra y cumbre en la historia del cine, que fue la película El Padrino. Así que no me entretengo más y vamos allá con el vídeo.
That morning, had no idea, it was just a last minute thought. Now I know I'd be willing to bet that 99% of the actors, if you put a cat in their friggin' lap, okay, and they're sitting there for a long scene, it would be about this friggin' cat. Do you know what I mean? Playing with the cat. But if you look at that scene, that cat was there for 100 years. He made no reference to the cat. None. He stroked it, but he never lost contact. He was talking to me, he was talking to Luca, he was talking to Bob, he was talking, and the only thing he did is when he got up, he just brushed some of those hairs off the cat below. It seems so simple and harmless, and the story isn't that wonderful, but it really is to an actor. Do you know what I mean? It was amazing just to watch him work, because he was...
Acá ya habla de la profesionalidad tan grande de Marlon Brando, de que incluso teniendo un gato en el regazo no se distraía y que podía seguir la escena perfectamente. Además, que el tener un gato en el regazo personalmente para mí le da un toque más de mafioso, más de como de galán, más de misterio.
He was like all the stuff that we studied, and you could see it. It would manifest itself right in front of your eyes, as opposed to like some teacher talking to you about it.
I learned a good lesson watching him. There never seemed to be a beginning or an end. It was all one. He'd be talking, action, cut, talking. So there was no sense of a beginning. Action, now we act. And I thought that was a good lesson to learn.
I think it's what we'd like. We'd like our fathers to be. We'd like our grandfathers to be. I mean, maybe not everybody, but maybe us Mediterranean types. Because he had sense, he had wisdom, and he had love. He had love of his family. It was very beautiful. It resonates through just being human and being part of a family. That's what makes it so universal.
Claro, su manera de ser nos hace un poco sentirnos identificados con un ideal, ¿no? Por eso llega tanto la figura del padrino, de Vito Corleone. Y Marlon Brando la interpretó de una manera majestuosa, perfecta.
The Godfather was huge. It was a blockbuster film that was serious. He got 11 Oscar nominations. It was a big thing. People just went to see it again and again and again. It was just mesmerizing.
That night hadn't gone that well. Francis didn't get the award. Jimmy Kahn didn't get the award.
Yeah, it didn't look like Godfather was going to get it.
We didn't look like we were going to do too well. And I was definitely depressed. And Best Actor, Marlon Brando, and we knew he wasn't there. We knew what was going to happen because she was there, and I was like, oh, God, what else could happen this night?
Howard Koch, he's the producer of the show, had previously told me, he said, if you read this speech, I will have you arrested. I will have you taken away in handcuffs. I will embarrass you. I will embarrass Marlon Brando. But he had no real idea that I was going to refuse that Academy Award.
Hello. I'm representing Marlon Brando this evening, and he has asked me to tell you in a very long speech, which I cannot share with you presently because of time, but I will be glad to share with the press afterwards, that he very regretfully cannot accept this very generous award. And
Hay que atreverse a rechazar un Oscar, ¿eh? La verdad que la actitud que tuvo Marlon Brando fue no solo majestuosa y muy noble, sino que hay que atreverse a plantarse enfrente de toda la academia y rechazar el nombramiento, el Oscar.
Reasons for this being are the treatment of American Indians today by the film industry. Excuse me.
So she got up and she made, Marlon Brando sent me here. It was all very sweet. But, the Academy wanted Marlon Brando to get up there and get it because just respect.
Meanwhile, backstage, John Wayne had to be restrained by several big men from coming onto the stage and dragging me off.
We were all in Wounded Knee watching. Wounded Knee 1973, we were surrounded in our own homeland on the Pine Ridge Sioux Indian Reservation, and the federal government had surrounded us with all its military might and was firing in on us day and night. Amarillo was pretty well destroyed. Just about that time, Marlon told us to watch. That probably was the finest moment for us in the entire 20th century. That moment brought us so much self-dignity and self-pride. That was the night to remember.
I have indicated in this statement, Marlon Brando is on his way to Wounded Knee.
Right after Marlon did that, the news media snuck through the lines and started really reporting what was going on from inside. Outside, we were just a bunch of thugs. See, up until that time, because of the Academy Awards and Marlon Brando and Sachet and Little Feather, it turned it around. Wounded Knee 1973 was the third most photographed event of the decade of the 70s.
That's true. Well, it made it happen.
He tried to do things for the Native Americans, and in that way, I think he was helpful and made an example for other people who came.
Porque Marlon Brando les dio un lugar a la gente de los pueblos originarios después de la decisión de rechazar el Oscar.
After him, and myself included, and of course he got a lot of flack from it,
His life was threatened. He went to jail for it. They vilified him in the national news media for presenting some prime Hollywood Hills real estate to the American Indian.
I think I would like at this time to give you the deed and the title, a letter that relinquishes my claims to the land forever.
Marlon Brando, he saw what we saw and he felt what we felt. He's the only non-Indian that I can really say stepped out in front with us.
Bueno, gente, y hasta aquí el vídeo de hoy. Este homenaje a Marlon Brando, que me parece que se lo merecía. Es uno de mis actores favoritos, si no el que más. Tengo acá tatuado en mi brazo The Godfather. La verdad que soy fanático de sus películas, y en especial de la trilogía El Padrino, y en especial de la primera película donde está Marlon Brando. Así que espero que les haya gustado el vídeo, que lo he subido con mis humildes recursos. Como les comenté, no tengo buena cámara, pero de a poco me voy a ir comprando cámara, cosas de mejor calidad para poder subir mejores vídeos para ustedes, porque esto es para ustedes, no es para mí. Que yo lo subo como entretenimiento, pero es para que la gente lo vea, y bueno, con que les llegue a algunas personas yo ya voy a estar contento y satisfecho. Gente, nos vemos en el próximo vídeo. Les mando muchos saludos desde Argentina. Chao.